each of these light bulbs is very fragile. If I step on it, I will definitely break it. But what if I have 3 of them? Let's check. I will switch them on, and I will put them upside down. And you know what? I will step on them. I'm doing this, actually. And it works.
Smart Content Smarter You, your guide to intellectually stimulating videos. Welcome back to Be Like Brain, and share, subscribe, like, and do whatever you want. Today we are diving into the world of intellectually stimulating content, where we find knowledge, curiosity, and sense of humor. You might have noticed the vast sea of content on social media platforms often filled with the latest trends, memes, and quick fixes. But why should we set our sights on something deeper, like the fascinating universe of science, rather than getting lost in the shallows of social media? Let's remember that the pursuit of intellectually stimulating content is not just about satisfying our curiosity, it's about empowering ourselves with the tools to understand and shape the world around us. Stay tuned for more exciting science-related content right here on Be Like Brain. Great content, great scientists, great you.
So, Catherine, am I wrong here? Where are you on this?
No, you are totally right. We humans are great at not wanting to fix what's right in front of our face and saying, oh, let's just go over there. And what this is a syndrome that I think we've had as long as there's been human civilization.
Syndrome, I like that. Do you have a name for the syndrome?
I do.
What is it?
It's the flat earth syndrome.
Oh, blood drawn.
Yes. We have been behaving our entire civilization, which isn't that old, 6,000 to 8,000 years. We've been behaving as if the planet were flat and infinite. That if there was garbage or waste or pollution that we needed to get rid of, we could just put it far away. And if we needed something more, we could go get it over there or take it from someone else. Well, the planet is not flat and infinite. It is
emphasis
round and
on take it from someone else.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yes. An answer of some sort. And I think that probably puts certain people's cortisol levels through the roof, such that they just would never go on there.
Well, I think there's another deeper question also, or another question along with that, which is how many people actually have something to say?
Right. Of real substance.
Right.
Yeah.
Like how many people can actually talk in a way that's actually interesting to anybody else for any length of time? Mm-hmm. Like how much substance is there really? And like a lot of historical politics was to be able to manufacture a facade where you honestly, as far as you can't tell like how deep the thoughts are. Like even if they have deep thoughts, like it's kept away from you, they would certainly never cop to it.
It's going to be an interesting next, what is it, about 20 months or so?
Yeah.
Leading into the next election.
The panic and the name calling have already started. So yeah, it's going to
yeah, I was going to say, this list of 3 things, denial, the counter argument and name calling. It seems like with AI, it's already just jumped to numbers 2 and 3.
Yes, correct.
Right? We're already at 2 and 3 and it's kind of leaning 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
So
AI is unusual just because new technologies that take off, they almost always have a prehistory. They almost always have a 30 or 40 year history where people tried and failed to get them to work before they took off. AI has an 80-year prehistory, so it has a very long one. Mm-hmm. And then it all of a sudden started to work dramatically well, like seemingly overnight. And so it went from basically, as far as most people were concerned, it went from it doesn't work at all to it works incredibly well in one step. And that almost never happens. So I actually think that's exactly what's happening. I think it's actually speed running this progression just because if you use Midjourney or you use GPT or any of these things for 5 minutes, you're just like, wow.
You take an egg and you put the weight, 2 kilogram weight on the top. What do you think will happen? Let's check. It breaks. What if I have 3 of them now? 1, 2, and 3. I will put this tray on the top and I will put the same 2 kilogram weight on them. 3 of them. It stays. It doesn't break. Okay, 2 more. Are you ready? Are you ready? Will it stay? Will it break? 3, 2, 1. It says more. Do you want more? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. 2 more. 2 kilogram weight. Another one. Still works. 1 more. And still works. Do it at home.
Great.
So I don't
Well, the arrival of quantum computers could be even more historic than that. We're now in the initial stages of the next revolution. We're talking about a new generation of computers, the ultimate computer, a computer that computes on atoms, the ultimate constituents of matter itself. The question is, who's involved in this race to perfect quantum computers? And the answer is everyone. All the big players are part of this race because if they're not, Silicon Valley could become the next Rust Belt. Also, anyone who's interested in security is interested in quantum computers. They can crack almost any code that is based on digital technology. That's why the FBI, the CIA, and all national governments are following this very closely.
Value our work by the profundity of proofs, but if we can rely on a machine to get all the details right, or most of the details right, then who are we? What is our training? What is it that we value?
So when we don't need to think about proof, then we're not going to be trained in thinking about proof. So who are we going to become? We're going to become more like physicists, probably, and say any old nonsense and just hope the computer verifies it. I think it's very hard to predict what even will be the point of doing mathematics in 30 or 40 years' time.
The idea of computer-generated proofs, these present new possibilities. Over time, we see, of course, more and more things that computers are able to do, and it's very unclear what limits there are.